Well, I've been familiar with the Lawton family for 35 years, and I worked at a company right across the industrial park here called Shade Information Systems. In my former life, I'm semi-retired now, but I was a CEO back in 2000 and I want to say 10, maybe 11. Alex and Randy asked if I would be on the board. So I became a director at C. Lawton Company. And then the discussion began to center around how do we create the culture that we want to aspire to with the new Lawton Standard. Culture is not something that you name. Culture is something that evolves from the work practices that you have and the common objectives that you work on and the shared beliefs and the shared faith. And then when that comes together, a culture emanates. Our discussion really got going when we began to, believe it or not, move the word culture out of the conversation, because we were removing the frustration about how to develop that. So I wanted to kind of facilitate taking that off the table for a minute. And so I wanted to talk about good people practices. And just like as in there's, in an organization, there's financial capital, there's also human capital. And so really the Culture Club really has to begin to realize that how do we advance the human capital of the Lawton Standard? And what does that look like? And then the culture will probably emanate out of that. The culture is always formed by what I call defining moments of a business. When the business is faced with something that was unexpected, and how the company reacts to that, and how unified they are in adjusting to that and in moving forward is really the first telltale sign of how effective and how successful that culture is, or at least what the emerging culture is going to look like. I believe that you will avoid this path that unfortunately a lot of companies fall into, and that is that they pay attention closer to the balance sheet. Not that that isn't important, in fact it's critically important, but that you need people, you need customers and employees to make sure that that happens effectively, and the synergies of that coming together. Have some grace. Take some time to understand each other. Take some time to recognize everybody's greatest hits. And then this will naturally evolve over time. And there will be bumps along the road. The minute that you have some common platform that you want to begin to implement, maybe it's an ERP system or something, it will create confusion and it will create consternation. But overall, if you step back and realize that it's something to create a stronger competitive advantage in the marketplace, it'll be worth the effort. Is give your coworkers some equal time and get to know each other personally as well as professionally. And I think that this will come together much more effectively, much more efficiently, and it'll be a lot more fun.